see Tiem Chu, the shop house in Phuket Old Town. Old Town is the second type of the house, the residential area mixed with the commercial area. I showed you earlier is the old mansion that is actually the single house that people live in there. But the shop house has two main objectives. The first one is they will live upstairs, and the ground floor will be the commercial area. So I'll show you the several one in Phuket Town, but this one is quite interesting. It's turned into the restaurant, and they also get the Michelin guide. Come with me. The shop house usually has three sections. The very first one is right in front of the house, is the lobby. And then just for the visitors and some strangers that want to deal with the video business. And some houses will be selling stuff in this area. Once you enter this partition, you will get into the family section. So this one usually they put it a dining area or family mingle together in this area. When you get into the cleaning area, you will have Jim Jang. Jim Jang is the open space in the middle of the house. It helps two things. The first is the air circulation, so you don't need the air conditioning. And the second part is this is the wet area, so all the laundry, cleaning stuff will take into this area. When you get to the third section of the house, is upstairs will be all the bedrooms. This area usually is for the family members and mainly women, because they will usually spend time here, chit-chatting, prepare meal, and then in the end of the house will be the cooking station. So let's go try the next one. This is the next shop house that I want to show you. It's a super long one, so it will take a while to walk through. This is the very first part, similar to the rest of the Tiem Chu, the shop house in Phuket. It's the lobby area, but this one is turned into the coffee place. Okay, this part is the lobby, and the interesting one is the floor. So the floor is a cement, and once it's getting old, it's getting more beautiful. And then the floor, the cement, this type of cement will make the house cooler. This one is the second part of the house, but this house is they make it a bit modernized. So let's go for the next section. This one is the Sienna. It's a very traditional container that get influence from the Chinese people long time ago. It made by bamboo, and then it turns to be the lacquerware. This one is part of our culture because when you get married or when you have paying respect to the ancestor, we usually use this to carry food and stuff for that ceremony. This one we are entering the family section, because the family section most of the time, if the shop house in front of the house, we do the commercial part, but this one is more of the family gathering. Usually it's very cozy and with everything I have to say. For example, like a lot of pictures, photos, collections, you know, over the generation. So the house is getting more, actually it depends. You will say it's getting homier and homier, or you get more messier and messier. It depends on the perspective of the people who live in the house. But for me, I think it's getting messier. It means you gain more experiences through generation, because it's very meaningful. And this one is a dressing cabinet. Usually when we, you know, finish taking shower, and then they will put a lot of, you know, it's like powder or whatever, or the cosmetic in here, because we don't have the wet and dry bathroom in the past. We only have the wet area. So the dressing up has to be, you know, outside the house. But they don't mind much, because, you know, most of the people, they live together in the same house, so it's fine, you know, doing, you know, all the private stuff in the common area in the house. And for this ancestor drawing, in the very long time ago, they still had no photographer. So the drawing was very popular, and then those people who are very rich, they could, you know, have their ancestor in drawing format. And this one is very interesting. Usually on the wall, they will hang a lot of photos from generation to generation. And this guy is the owner of the house, the very first generation, and this one is the next generation. If you see the wedding gown, is more of the Western, but somehow we usually dress into two wardrobes occasion. The first one is the very traditional one for the tea ceremony, and the second one will be more Western for the party in the evening. This station is the most important for the shop house and even in the mansion. But usually they will pay respect to the ancestor and some god. So if you see the wooden sign, is the name of the ancestor, or somehow is the name of the people in the family who has passed away. So they usually pay respect every day in the morning, and then once a year or more, they will pay a very big respect. So all the family members are together, and then thinking of, you know, how great the ancestor was, and then, you know, actually it's a gimmick of family gathering. And this one, usually the photos, in the past, you know, people give the photo as a gift. So you will always see, you know, the same photo will be in this house and also seen in another house, because they give away as a gift. Over here is the cooking station. For Chinese people, cooking station is very strategic, because they have to really make a fortune to put the very first cooking station, because, you know, eat well and then live well is the Chinese metaphor. So this station, usually you have 2 or 3 stoves that you can simply cook here. This is in the past, it's just that. You can take a look closely, because they will have the stove like that, and then they put the charcoal in there, start lighting, and then start cooking from there. So in the past, you know, most of the food tastes good and also smell good, because you can get the aroma of the charcoal grill in the food. This is a real typical cleaning area. It's called Jim Jie. Jim Jie is the open area that you can get the natural light, and also, you know, this one is the wet area. You have the well that we don't need to buy water, but and you have the machine, you know, from Germany, and you will get the water to, you know, take a bath, cleaning, cooking, and everything. And they believe that, you know, the water from the well in Phuket is very clean. They will just, you know, use it for cleaning directly, and also boil it, and then you can drink it directly from the pot. And this one also, because of the wet area, but this is the open plan, so you will get the flow, the wind circulation, so the whole house will be cooled down, especially in the afternoon. We are so lucky that they will have the afternoon tea ceremony this afternoon, so they set up the afternoon tea set. So this one is the snack that I showed you before, and this one is a very yummy type of afternoon snack that it perfectly fit well with a cup of coffee. This is the very last example of the shop house that I'll show you. This one used to be the residential home. After that, China Inn took over and they turned into the restaurant. And today is the donut, and the China Inn restaurant will be undertaken under behind the lobby area. This is the second section of the house where the family live. Again, you will see the sienna, the bamboo lacquerware, and the ancestor picture. And over here is the stair. Usually when the house is very long and very depth, they usually have two stairs because it's to help saving time for getting upstairs. But this has only one stair because the house is not that super long. This area used to be the cleaning area because it's the open air. The restaurant turned into the toilet, so actually it's a good location for the toilet for the restaurant. The cabinet is very common because they should usually have this cabinet to put to keep the dishes, chinaware and everything, so the house will be very tiny. And after being tidy up the house because of the cabinet, and this one is part of the decoration too. Over here is another open area because this area is used to be the garden, because house in front they used to be the commercial part, so the garden and the relaxing area or the living area will be in the middle of the house instead. So at the very end will be the kitchen, but this one we turned into the restaurant, so you don't have a proper kitchen like in the past. But anyway, this house has been rebuilt, and I have to say this one is one of the greatest job ever to rebuild it and then reserve all the traditional stuff in the house. And if you come by, just stop by, and then you have a donut, or you even have the restaurant in the garden. Hope you enjoy the shop house tour, and then we'll learn a lot, and then we'll see you next time.